Next up is an overview of portfolio management. Portfolio management is a collection of projects on a timeline that shows related resource management data. So many of our clients use it as a road mapping feature, and they also enjoy the ability to lock the portfolio and do what if scenario planning. So let's review portfolio management at a high level now. Portfolio has its own menu here at the top, and like similar features in WorkOtter in the menu system, you have the home here, and then you have some of the portfolios that have either been created or shared with you. If you go to the home page, it's pretty straightforward. Here's where you can create or view the various portfolios. I'm going to go ahead and just review one with you. So I'm going to click here to open up this portfolio, or roadmap as it's titled, and this is a pretty typical display where you've got projects on top and you've got teams or people on the bottom. Now there's a lot of really interesting features down here in the footer that I want to go over with you, but just like in other videos, you can pick the columns that show up here using the column selection capability in WorkOtter here. You can drag and drop columns around just like you can in other views. You have your X-ray vision just like you have in other areas of WorkOtter. Okay, so this particular presentation, again, I'm showing you by team down below. So each of these roles has a team of one or more people behind it, and the data to the right is in terms of FTEs, or full-time equivalent. So we're showing you if you're over or understaffed in these roles. So for example, this writer team is overstaffed, negative 0.2 FTEs. And other roles like this HR specialist, we have a surplus of one full-time equivalent, or one person. Okay, some interesting ways you can manipulate this portfolio is maybe you would rather see it by individual person. Maybe you would rather see it by hours in terms of the data instead of FTEs. Okay, so now we're looking at each person, and we can clearly see Dave in the month of November is 60 hours overbooked, while Jim in the month of November has 101 of his roughly 167 hours available. Okay, now as in many of our capabilities, I can click here to pull up a dashboard of Dave, or I can click here to see again a dashboard of Dave's availability, and I could have done this by role as well. So let me go ahead and click here. And now you can clearly see, if we scroll down a little bit, the green bar represents Dave's availability. So that's this green bar, available hours, 40 hours a week. The blue bars represent the forecast for various weeks into the future and a few in the past. And then if I scroll down, I can clearly see where that time is being forecasted and how it's being forecasted. So a lot of great data in this dashboard right behind this data here. Now, if you want to if you're concerned about this project monitoring packaging, maybe you want to use, again, the little icon which brings up the scorecard report, and you can see what's going on with that project. Or maybe you just want to drill into that project by clicking on it, and that will take you directly to the project's homepage, where you can now review the plan or the team, or again pull the report, or any of the various reports here. So this is just how people tend to use the portfolio. Heading back to our portfolio that we were looking at, another very popular capability in WorkOtter is to lock the portfolio for what if scenario planning. So I went ahead and done that, and basically the data has been converted from live data from WorkOtter into a sandbox. We've basically copied all the data into a sandbox. Now, what do you want to do with this data? Well, for many of our clients, it's critical to be able to click on a project like I've done here, and let's just pretend like we're gonna move this project to after the holidays, right? So I can grab the top of the project like I'm doing here, and I can literally drag and drop it where I want it, save it when I'm done, and that will reforecast in the sandbox everybody's time. So and you can repeat that process as often as you need to, right? So maybe I want to take this project and drag it out as well. So I'm allowed to do these what if scenarios. Now I'm not actually changing these projects. I'm just looking at the data in the sandbox. I have then two options where I can either save that and make it a more permanent change to these projects, or I can cancel it and go back to the live data that we had before. So that is portfolio management with what-if scenario planning and a good overview on how the system works.